Okay, so the first video essentially showed us how to verify medications for, meds that come over, and there's no confusion. So hopefully that is the majority of your medications. Again, ICM and I kind of spot checked a lot of orders that were coming over from Northern Pharmacy. For the most part, they all looked pretty good. Other agencies have had some issues with that, but we were very comfortable with what we were seeing. The next few videos are going to kind of go into some other scenarios that you might come across when you are verifying medications. And the first is, what is an NDO? And Candy is going to explain that in the rest of this video, but it is a non-drug order. And those are the orders that are essentially on the right side of your PMOF. So that could be a standing order for a piece of equipment. It could be a standing treatment order, like an incontinence order where the doctor has asked that you change the incontinence wear every 2 hours. It's not something that we chart on the MAR. It's not something that we're going to begin charting on the MAR. They're just standing orders that sit there for us. We will go into a couple different scenarios, but I do want to preface this with the standing orders for equipment, because some of that might come over for you guys, or you may see that did not come over from Northern Pharmacy. So I want you to think of your PMOF, your paper PMOF, and everything on that right-hand side that's in that big block. Really, in Northern's world, that is just a big text box. So it's really hard to tell how that all is going to come over for us and what's going to come over and what's not going to come over. So I really don't want you to stress about that within this first month. We still have our paper PMOF and we still have our paper MAR. So nobody is going to be out of compliance because our electronic MAR might not have all of these standing orders to begin with. If you do see a treatment order come across as an NDO, a non-drug order, or you see a standing order for a piece of equipment come over, anything like that, you can go ahead and verify it. And in the rest of this video, Candy's going to show you how to do that. Or you can leave it off. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kind of backdoor a lot of our equipment, our standing orders for equipment, into everybody's MAR, because I think that that's going to be easier for everybody. So I don't want you to stress about missing standing orders and missing non-drug orders. What I do want to ask is that you please let me know what it is that you are missing in the easiest way possible. I don't want to create any more work for anybody. But instead of me going through, the PMOFs for 190 some people, I would really like if you guys could give me some helpful feedback on what exactly it is that you are missing. Because again, I think some of you are probably going to see these standing orders and these treatment orders come through, and others of you may not. So just a message from you, an ICM or an email, whatever is easiest for you, would really help me to know what I need to kind of fix for you throughout the month of October, so that we can get these electronic MARs set up for you. So again, not trying to create more work for you. I'm actually trying to take something off of your plate. So if something as far as the non-drug orders come over and it's not correct or it's missing, please don't feel pressured to fix that right away. Just let me know what it is that's missing and I will fix it for you on my end, okay? So the rest of this video, Candy's going to kind of give some examples of what an NDO might look like and how we can edit that and fix that if that is something that you guys are comfortable with and something that you think is going to be easy for you. But again, if you're not comfortable with it or it's too much, maybe somebody has a lot of standing orders for equipment. I know we have, quite a few people who have a handful of pieces of equipment that would need to be added if they don't come over. Please just let me know and I will add it for you. I think it's probably going to be a little easier on you guys if I just do that for you on the back end. So I'm going to let Candy go ahead and take over the non-drug order explanation. Thanks.
So you can see that there are some things here called NDOs. These are non-drug orders. This one here is just for various treatments. This one here is for checking BP, pulse, weight, etc. Let's talk about these up here, okay? These NDOs. Okay, this does stand for non-drug order, and a lot of times you guys are used to seeing your PMOFs, the ones that the pharmacy provides you with information kind of on the top right-hand side. It might be standing labs or routine things that you guys are doing. Like this one here is check BP, pulse, weight, etc. So you might have a monthly order for vitals check, or a standing diet, or labs every 6 months, or certain treatment. So that's what these kinds of things stand for here. But I'm going to be really honest with you. When you click on verify order for this one in particular, okay, all it says is NDO treatments. That doesn't make a lot of sense, not only to me, but it shouldn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people. This is what I recommend. Okay, you guys have the ability here to change all these things. Okay, you get these little pen and paper edit buttons that pop up. Instead of leaving this to say NDO -01, in here put, so it just says depends. Okay, so perfect example. So it's a depends. You're changing the diaper every 2 hours, but it's not something you want your staff signing off on. So what I'm going to do here, they have it marked here as a treatment, but it's really something that's just a standing order. Okay, you don't want to set a schedule to it. You don't want your staff signing off on it. Okay, so I'm going to click this little edit button there, and I'm going to take that away. I just unchecked treatment. Okay, that was what was checked. And right here it says is standing order, and I'm going to put a check mark there. Okay, I'm going to then check over here. I'm going to check that one too. So it depends. It's an SO, standing order. Okay, I'm going to check this off, change diaper every 2 hours. There is no schedule. So your staff isn't going to be signing on this. We'll say that Dr. ILO knows, that we're changing this diaper, or he says, we're good with changing the diaper every 2 hours. Okay, that's what it looks like. Another good example of, an NDO would be, like every 6-month lab work. It's something that your staff don't sign off on, but it's something you have to have show up on your PMOF. So that's what you're gonna, you're gonna change these things. Don't just come in here and verify and leave this to say NDO2, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. You can leave NDO2, okay, and then next to it put monthly vitals, if that's what you want to do. You certainly can do something like that if you'd like to leave that non-drug order there. But definitely change it. You want your staff, you want your DSPs to be successful, and you all want to be successful. And more than anything, that's what I want. So you don't want your DSPs looking at something sideways like, what the heck does NDO2 mean? Like, they're not necessarily going to know what that means. But once you change that, and I'll just say monthly vitals. Okay, I'm going to check that off. And it just says check BP, pulse, weight, etc. Make it not a treatment, make it a standing order, and save it that way.